We've had 2 group stages per day, leading into a round of 8 today. We woke up bright and freaking early for this, so it could all accumulate down to one best of 7. This tournament had $5,000 as a prize pool, but 4,000 of it will be split between these 2 players. The big question is who's going to come first and who's going to come second. So guys, I thank you for joining us through this magnificent adventure. I'm Rifkin, joined by Zombie Grub in these finals. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map. A very strong Zerg player. Seriously, like less than a percentage separates these 2 statistically. From Rockets, it is Hyun.
In the bottom left, the blue Zerg, it is Startail's Life.
So Life, of course, known very heavily for his lings. He's had a great run through the tournament up to this point. I mean, there's going to be VODs out. I'm sure you guys can go look up these stats on your own. But I just want to praise the fact that he went through some really tough guys to get here. And he 2-0'd pretty much everyone along the way. Life 2-0'd Jaedong. Life 2-0'd Journey, one of the more favorited Terrans in this tournament. Of course, then he gets to the round of 8. 2-0 Supernova. No problem. Has a little bit of a bump in the road versus JYP with a 3-1. But lands here with losing 1 game in this entire tournament. Hyun? A little bit more of a rocky road. You know, he starts off strong, 2-0 versus MMA. Follows it up with a 2-1 versus Stork in what was one of the best base trades we've ever seen. Highly recommend Game 3 of Group D, Hyun versus Stork, guys. And then, of course, at the round of 8 today, 2-0 versus Journey, 3-2 versus Buell, a really tight ZVZ. And now he finds himself once again in another ZVZ. And the thing that I like most, you know, Hyun nickname for the Roach King, whatever. I say whatever because this is coming up against Life with the Lings, and if Hyun can't dance with these Lings, he's gonna struggle in this series.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, it's so funny. We see these 2 kings of certain Zerg units come at each other. It's just like, can Life survive till the road, or can Life end the game, the Ling part, and can Hyun survive until the Roach part? Of course, it's not necessarily true. These guys are both great in all aspects of ZVZ, seriously. But it is funny that they have those titles and then ends up like this. I know that these guys have gotten a lot of finals in ZVZs, and they've won, I think, all of the ZVZs in their finals. Recently. I don't want to say like out of all time.
Well, I was about to comment on how Hyun was going for a bit of a gas this over, but does take his gas before Life. I mean, it's not to discount the fact that, as I'm said, like, both these players, they can play Roaches, they can play Lings. I honestly was expecting crazy Zergling aggression in Game 1, but both of them, for now, playing a little more calm. Of course, it's right about now where you start watching that clock. 5 minutes, do drones get cut? 4.5 minutes, is it early? Life, for now, just going to scout with his Lings.
Man, I'm so good at stats, I swear. Anytime they're trying to get into first and they had a ZVZ, they did win. At least for Life, but Life is pretty good. Oh, I mean,
I did recently cast these 2, and I'm sure I had alluded to it before. The last time we saw these guys was in the Dragon Invitational. I think it was the round of 8, maybe it was the round of 16. I don't remember which, but it was a 2-0 for Life back then. But that's a best of 3. The one thing that the SanDisk Shoutcraft Invitational taught us with Total Biscuit, best of 3s are lame. And best of 7s, best of 9s, this is where you get to see like the true colors of a lot of players. The comebacks can be real. Fatigue sets in. I mean, you guys have to consider as well for Life, it is considerably later than it is for Hyun.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, we never really, hit that point home, I feel. That's because I didn't even realize. I don't know why I didn't. Usually I'm really on top of this, but in Korea, it's 4:30 right now in the morning. I know Impact just did the qualifiers, I think, for IEM or something, and he was up until 10 a.m. There was a pretty funny story on Axiom. He was up that entire from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it's kind of similar here. I mean, Life did say how he was tired, he wanted to go to sleep for the Kodai in qualifiers, and now he's gonna be even more tired as he reaches the finals.
Yeah, Well, we see the lair coming out of Hyun pretty quickly again. Okay, I was gonna say, please Roach Warren come down. Because one evolution chamber and a lair? Like, WTF. But he's actually gonna clear up some of the creep tumors too to make sure he can wall off if necessary. I guess the scary thing is when we do look at Hyun's vision, he hasn't really seen much other than a slightly delayed gas.
Yeah.
Life, on the other hand, I mean, I think he was also expecting that crazy aggression. Look at this, 3 queens in the spine crawler. They're huddled up behind it.
Hmm.
But Hyun's not.
He's not pretty. they're all both going for pretty darn similar openers, and this is oddly what we've been seeing is similar openers, and then 2 times one person was a trick. Then it was turned into a Ling all in. But no, they are both just going straight up to roaches, which
Third base
Hyun,
was at the exact same time.
Yeah, Hyun, not unexpected.
Oh, wait,
Life. The drone doesn't know what to do with the life.
Okay, so for Hyun, I mean, Life's third's not going to be super far behind, but this is kind of interesting because normally this is the stage of the game where one of the players has made about 20 lings, they go and cancel the other person's start, and they get massively far ahead, but we do have that slower roach opener, and to be honest with you guys, this is one of the safer ways to open the game when you don't really know what your opponent's going to do. And on top of all of this, there's so much on the line. They've put so much time and effort into these last 3 days of the tournament. So have we. And I got to be honest, this is probably going to be a much closer finals than I think a lot of people really anticipate.
Really? I should think that everyone expects us to go to at least game 6, probably the ace. That's what I expect.
Don't say that. No, knock on wood.
What? Why wouldn't you go to the ace?
I don't
is
know.
that wait, it's a bad thing?
You
Can't
say
tell.
that, but then it's gonna be like 4-0. That's why I'm not gonna.
Okay, I was wondering what you were trying to say. Like you don't want it to go all the way or what? But
no, I absolutely
okay.
do. But don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Okay. You know, I never noticed that the roach horn had a little roach poking out of its like.
Yeah, the little hole there. It's so gross.
Never noticed that. Oh, it's like a hydralisk's head. That's not even a roach. What the?
What? That's totally a roach.
Dude, that looks like a hydralisk head. It's not a roach.
No, dude. Roaches have these tiny little heads. That's just a really big one for some reason.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like enlarged. I don't know.
But anyways, I bring up the stats thing because the bets placed right now are 26,000 on Life and 15,000 on Hyun. So.
Oh, everyone just loves Life. Like Hyun,
Yeah.
like everyone loves both of these guys, but like I don't know what it is about Life. Maybe because he's so young.
He's got some swag.
Hyun's an old
to him.
man. Oh God, please don't say that.
Well, okay. Queen's here would completely drew him off. The Spine Collar would not have been arranged for that fight, but Hyun does segment a couple of roaches away to try and see if there's going to be something he can kill, whether it's a couple drone kills, whether it's a queen for free, but Life, seeing that with his Overlord, does react with 4 roaches, and, well, 4 is better than 3.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know what, guys? Just because you're cheering for Life, I'm going to cheer for Hyun. Go, go, go. Because I really didn't have... I was impartial to who won, really. Both would be cool. But
You
now
know-
I'm cheering for Hyun.
But here's the thing about cheering, right? Well, actually, hold that thought. We got the roaches coming on. It is a significant supply advantage overall, but Hyun's got the more roaches here on the actual fight. The defender's advantage. We got Queen's trying to transfuse like crazy, but he is bleeding out fast. Where are Life's other roaches? Okay, they're not even rallied. They're just staying at home. So Hyun might be able to hold this if he backs up and waits for his next larva wave to pop here in a sec. 16
yes.
roaches on the way.
Yeah, 16 more on the way. Hyun also had a little bit of a drone lead. It was just minimized as Life cranked out that last 2. But Hyun, he's the one kicking out roaches. Life is still being a little greedy. He's getting a second upgrade. He's getting a couple more drones. Hyun actually just starts with more drones. But Hyun actually, gets pretty far ahead in supply as these roaches pop out. But only because roaches inflate so much. Because there's really any discernible difference going on here.
Right, and so here's what I wanted to talk about with the whole cheering thing too, just so we get a bit of downtime. I mean, for me personally, guys, for us at Base Trade TV, this is the first time we've been able to organize something this big, of this magnitude. The fact that these guys played in our tournament, much less are here in the finals, I couldn't be happier with the way this turned out. So, well, I think I do have a little bit of a small yearning towards Hyun, only because I met him at MLG Anaheim. I'm going to be totally stoked with no matter who comes out of this alive.
It's not because he's old and you're old?
Wow! What was the random mudslinging? Oh, but...
Oh, did you ever watch My Life as a Teenage Robot?
Yeah, but only a couple episodes because I thought the robot was cute.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's weird. She was cute, but not in the way that I think we're...
Not weird. I'm not trying to be like in a
Same
weird way.
cuteness.
Like
Oh, okay, sure, yeah, or whatever. Anyways, there was a villain called like the Mudslinging Slash or whatever. He was like trying to make her look bad, and he also actually slung mud. But anyways, they actually went for pretty identical builds again. Life's Birth is a little later, but the upgrades they were pretty much exactly. And usually when this happens, one person goes for Roach Burrow and Roach Movement, and then the other player goes for Hydralisk or Infestors, but we don't see anything from Hyun yet.
yeah, the gold base is going to have a big acceleration if he can get this up. The Life has not scouted this, but both players pretty much have half of their field respectively controlled at this point. Hyun's creep spread is a little bit silly to look at, but it's actually going to be really nice, because let's say the Overseers with the Army of the Roaches. They're going to stop at every creep tumor for like 2 seconds, shoot, stop 2 seconds, shoot, stop. It gives him plenty of time to reposition, get spine crawlers down, reburrow, unburrow, whatever he needs to do. But the burrow tunneling claws, I'm not sure. He did this last time versus Buell. It's a risky move to do, and he didn't really get to utilize it. I think at this point, those couple extra roaches, that extra minerals, I don't know. I think that would have been more worth having, but transfers to the golden is denied.
Well, Hyun gets in position. We do have that roach burrow ready, although the rose here is there in case that comes into effect. It should not, but a huge concave for life over Hyun.
The numbers are too big.
Yeah.
Concave's going to benefit way too well. Comes in from the behind, even with a couple of the roaches. Queens, they're not really transfusing. They don't have the energy for it. Start dying off.
These 20 more roaches to pop out. He is actually doing a lot of damage to the third of life right now, but I don't think he can hold on to his third base, much less the drones.
Defender's advantage is usually barely that little edge you need, but Hyun came into this with a massive supply deficit. And even though they're on equal upgrades, guys, positioning is key. Numbers are best, and looks like I think life is about to take game number 1. Hyun may have cleared out that third, and he did some good work, but it wasn't good enough. We got a sub with that game. What was going on? Noob tier, but it smelled like noob but ear. But Nubatir, thank you very much for your sub, my friend. Next map is going to be Catalina. Oh, this map. So we're going to get this up real quick. We're going to run these ads, guys. We're just trying to jet through these finals so we can stick to the games and not deal with downtime. So see you guys here in about 2 minutes.